painting the roses red. We're painting the roses red.
Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
Are you a part of the Red King's dream, or is he a part of yours? Well, we'll find out today when we go through the looking glass with First Line Shave.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, y'all come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends from all over the world just hanging out, and they'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we have been showing you the razors we have in our den here. And today's razor is Phoenix Shaving Metaphor Razor.
Y'all, this was a gift from Foxy Matt. I love this razor. It's a big boy razor, to be sure. Great knurling stainless steel. And yet, it has a way of guiding you to exactly the right angle. You can stray from it. But I love this for the roundness. I love this for the angle. And she noticed something cool about it. What did you discover about this razor?
Yes, the knurling the weight for sure. But I feel like this one kind of sings. It has you can audibly hear when you've made the correct contact while you're shaving. So this was one of the first braver ones I tried, and you could see the blade. So I was a little nervous. I was coming for my leaf, but I was so glad that Matt was like, no, this is a great razor for you to step into and try. And I do feel a little more bold using this one, I have to say.
And if you are cap riders, this will be your friend. It presents a shallow angle of the blade from the very beginning. Feels really safe and fun to use. Thank you, PAA, and hey, thank you, Foxy Matt, for this. Also, the flare tips, as she's reminded me, come on and off. You can change the color with your mood. An invention of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Vivienne in Wonderland, sent to us from Hostway in New Jersey.
A creation of both Riley and Joe from Black Mountain Shaving, an homage to his daughter to go along with James, which we just reviewed too. It has been a banger week here in the barbershop, and we are so excited. Let's meet this one. All right, y'all, from the sales page at firstlineshave.com.
This is the literal sister fragrance to the beloved James, Vivienne in Wonderland. Wanting to release a collection for my daughter Vivienne, I needed a fragrance and theme that had some of her favorite things in it. Every morning, she obsessively has a mixed bowl of her favorite fruits, so that had to be one of the main profiles of this scent. Not to mention, one of her favorite movies is Alice in Wonderland. It all seemed to fit.
After months of failing to come up with something that was on the same level as the James fragrance, I had to turn to my friend Joe from Black Mountain Shaving. Joe created a beautifully blended masterpiece that hits all of the fruit notes and adds much more depth than I could have imagined. And y'all constant viewers will know that Sarah has recently declared James a part of our masterpiece collection. What did you like about James?
You know, I think I like the familiarity, knowing it's peach, but somehow it's almost like interwoven into a secret message. It's there, but you have to kind of dig to be able to hang out with just the peach side. There's other fun things happening in here.
Y'all, you rarely see a white rabbit scamper through our apartment. Well, I think it's time for an unboxing.
This is the last one in the box from Hostway.
Y'all, we don't know what we did to deserve Josue in this world, but when he smells a banger of bangers, every once in a while, we get a surprise package in the mail, and this one had both siblings in it. Buddy, we are so excited to open these, and we are such fans of First Line Shaving. Wait a minute. I am seeing... How did we miss this the first time?
I don't know.
Y'all, we have got some stickers in the box. We've got the Vivienne label sticker. What else do we have?
And then we have Fallout, and we got Dark Necessities.
Dark Necessities.
This is the one for today. Look
Y'all,
at
we
her.
get to decorate our cabinet that's going to hold us. Oh,
Yeah, here she is. Hold on.
oh, y'all, the James bottle. Are you kidding me?
This might top that. These are Marcus colors, y'all. Purple in the middle, and it has pink and blue, and we didn't even get to the soap yet.
That's the prettiest thing I've seen in my whole life. All right, y'all, I think we are in for some mysteries and wonder. What does this say? Drink me. Well, before we get too small, why don't we have our first impression? Me?
Yeah, you go first.
I don't know, this is the girl one. Okay, I'll go first. Here we go. You ready? All right, taking it in. The shaking clam. Boy, did my phone go off when this got released last December. Crazy. All right, here we go.
Dive on in. We did not read any set notes, by the way. We're going in blind.
Y'all, gorgeous. We have a bunch of soaps in our collection that are fruit-centered. Get that out of your head. This is different. This doesn't present as a fruit soap. This is a Wonderland scented soap. My nose does not go to a raspberry, to a red fruit, to any of that. It goes to this mythical place that's unfolding in front of me. And now I get it. The characters are there, but each one is a little twisted, a little different from what you'd expect in real life. Ooh, whoa. I am just going down a rabbit hole right now. Hold on a second. Oh, I was just expecting a sweet bomb. This isn't that, because Wonderland is not a sweet bomb. Y'all ask the oysters. This is the walrus and the carpenter. This is the queen of hearts. This is the white rabbit. This is the caterpillar. Y'all, there is so much going on here, and it's not being done with sweet. It's being done with mystery, but still a mystery that would be intriguing to this character, to a mischievous little girl. Not saying that your daughter is mischievous. Not saying she's not. Oh, there's such a politeness to this soap because there is something about Alice's character that when she runs into the weirdest, craziest people, she's like uber polite. Yeah. And it's like, hello. And it's not a friendly scent. It's an intriguing scent. It wants to bring you in, but in a way that you're not sure if you're going to get back out again. Y'all.
Oddly fitting.
I adore this. Well, Wonderland's a rather grown-up place. She doesn't run into any other kids there.
True. And
you're getting that sense here that this is a charming, polite little girl in a very adult, crazy, mysterious fever dream. Ooh, hold on.
Wow.
Y'all.
Are you getting any, tea? Are we at the tea party in there?
Oh, that's a good question. No, that's not really what's washing over me. I'm getting more of a sense, if we really are to nail down actual scent notes.
Just curious.
I kind of don't want to. That's why this is so cool. Diving into Obsession for Men might actually destroy the mystery for you of what's actually in that.
So Joe's magic is good. Just
almost don't want to know, but okay, hold on. Let me find this. Just a subtle, muddled fruit sense, I suppose, in the center. Okay. But again, the edges are very nondescript. Something childish, something bubblegummy in the middle, which then spreads out to something spicy, woody, grown-up, mysterious. Things like guaiac are kind of what I'm sensing in here. I have not looked at the scent notes yet. Y'all, I think the woods are kind of in here too. There's a sense of darkness over the top of it.
Which makes sense, because she's it gets gloomy at the beginning.
Right. It's not like patchouli. There's nothing like that that's basing it in those kind of dankier spices. It's not an oud or anything like that.
So more deep than dark, maybe?
Yeah. And it's funny. We've smelled a few English soaps. It almost kind of has that character, which is a little apropos. And where I would be expecting sort of a white floral to take off and make this more of a normal soap, it doesn't. There's almost a bubblegummy sense that then opens the door into those more grown-up, dapper spices, and I think that's part of it. I think the spices are uber dapper until you really start looking closer and you realize that the Mad Hatter's accoutrements might be betraying a little bit more than just a well put together English gentleman. They were called the Mad Hatters because they used mercury, which over time, leaching into the skin, causes madness. Something English breakfast countryside on one side and a bowl of Fruit Loops kind of thing on the other. Her morning bowl of fruit that he mentioned, if they are in loop form. And I love that. It's a Wonderland soap to be sure, but no stereotypes of rose, no stereotypes of tea.
Right.
They're not going literal.
Just looks like you can't take long enough whiff.
Right. And then a beautiful breeze over the top of all of it. So the canopy of the forest she's in is not too dense. She can see the sky. Y'all, Joe, Riley, again, skirt blown way up. I might have some proclamations to make, but I want her to take this in first. See what you think when you meet
I'm actually curious because I did a dance in college and I played Alice in the story that we were playing. And so it's kind of fun because I had to be in Alice's seat. I had the blue dress, I had the everything. But it was a different character for me because it was a little more rebellious and a little more brave and going to do adventures and things. And I was always the good girl that followed all the rules. So I don't think I would have been the one to jump down that hole. So it was very cool to actually have that different perspective when I was performing. And now I'm doing a dance just conveniently that's kind of based on Wonderland as well.
You're right. Same song.
Right. And they talk about the Mad Hatter's hat and the Cheshire smile. So it is something about kind of having to grow up without knowing if you're ready that I feel like is connected.
Yeah,
This
right.
somehow comes through. So I'm curious if that's going to be in the set.
Ooh, take it in.
Let's see.
It's so funny. Jung called it synchronicity when so many different coincidences are coming together for one thing. All right,
Let's
take
see.
it in. We got this soap at just the right time, clearly.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's quite an experience.
I know. What are you getting?
Huh.
I know. It's unexpected.
It's wonderful.
Not what you think it is, y'all.
It's wonderful. I at first my brain was like, I think I got it, don't got it. Think I got it, don't
Yeah,
got it.
right.
And then at the end I'm like, okay, I think there was a floral.
Well, because it's like, I think that's a rabbit. Oh, but he's in a waistcoat. Wait, what? Oh, I think that's a caterpillar. Oh, but he's smoking a hookah. Wait,
Right?
what?
Hold on. There's something super bright and almost like green and powdery at the beginning that I wasn't expecting.
I could see that.
It's almost it's almost like it could be sour. Like my mouth wants to water a little bit.
A tartness.
Yes, and I don't know what's creating that. It's a wonderful way to start off this scent. And then from there, I do get more these colors, like the purples and the pinks and the berries of some sort. But again, they're so disguised that they're almost hard to pull apart.
Yeah,
It's going to be a different one, like a pomegranate,
Right.
not the ones that you're right in front of you.
Right.
It's something about that. And they're more zesty and kind of, they're just more the colorful ones. Like the color has been turned up. So I know them, but I don't know them in this lineup. So it's kind of that off-kilter kind of vibe where everything's just always spinning and the sizes are changing and that morphing kind of feel that you get in Alice for Wonderland kind of vibes.
I'm going to turn this into a nightlight somehow. Are you seeing the colors on it?
Yeah, that soury kind of thing stays with me throughout the whiff. And then above it and below it, the other fruits kind of dance in there.
Yeah.
And it's not as sweet as you were expecting.
I know.
There's
I
something
know.
fresh. There's something sour. The sweet is there, but it's not a gourmandy take a bite in your face.
Right.
Like peach, this one to me has much more of the actual fruit as the star
Right.
throughout it in a different way than the fruit is being used here. There's a fun character and caricature kind of thing that's happening here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm dancing in between. Like it's hard for me to figure out whose perspective we're in,
Right.
but I think again that's part of this kind of story here. The end of this, I know you were saying I expect there to be a rose, painting the rose is red, like all of that kind of thing. There's not.
No.
There is a very subtle, maybe white. Again, I almost get like a green floral. That's not an option, but there's something in there that makes me feel like I'm in a new place, somewhere that I don't know.
Right.
There's things familiar, but they're oddly not. They change right in front of your eyes, and that's happening with the scent.
What do you get when you zoom out from the Alice character? How do you sense the other woods and spices?
Yeah, so at the back end, the send-off is kind of that white, maybe green floral, and then there's some woodsies around it. They're not dark woods to me. I get much more lighter, brighter, like kind of woods.
I can see the sky. It doesn't
Yeah.
get creepy. It's just
No.
mysterious.
But the send-off is kind of like a, oh, well, that was a fun dream.
Right.
Like, I get that vibe at the end. Like, whatever the journey was, oh, that's kind of fun.
Now, knowing Joe, I wonder if there might be a scent note in this, like Alice herself, that grows big and then shrinks down again over the course of the whiff. See what you get.
I think my brain just really wants to smell that soury thing in the middle. It's keep trying to figure out what that is.
Right.
I love it. I want to hang out with it more.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when we lather it up and open the splash, like maybe that'll make more sense. But whatever that strategically snuck in thing is, I think instead of it getting bigger and smaller, that stays the same to me.
Right.
Everything above and below it changes.
It's almost one of those fruits that does border on a perfume like pomegranate. But we might get some answers when we go down the rabbit hole. Let's look at the scent notes. All right, y'all. Back to the sales page at firstlineshave.com, and I'm already catching two things that you picked out of this somehow and nothing that I did. You are so smart. The top notes begin with
Sicilian orange,
Yep.
Sicilian lemon.
Yep.
Then grapefruit. So
And?
the brighter citrusy things with the freaky lime. Bergamot was
there. You go. 4 giant citruses right there in a row, almost like a chess game, lining up the pawns. See right there. And then those come up against
Oh, here's the
fruits.
berries. Okay.
So what do we got?
Strawberry, which that was on the label. So I kind of thought it was there, but it's not as overpowering. Then blackberry, a little quieter. It keeps it deeper to me.
Right.
These are the two I think my nose was getting. Pomegranate and raspberry, the brighter, tart, fun ones in there.
And see, for me, when I smell a bowl of sugared strawberry, the scent is very light. It tastes a lot stronger than it smells. And the cool thing here that they've done is taken the raspberry and the blackberry, which are super strong scents, super identifiable, and turned them way down. and then taken the strawberry and the pomegranate, which have way stronger taste than they do smells, and turned those up to balance. So when your nose dives in to continue finding the raspberry, it finds the rest of the strawberry. When it dives in to discover the beginning of the blackberry, it gets the pomegranate. And that is a fabulous do-si-do that's happening.
And you'd think it would stop there. Those are just the top
we're not
notes,
even
y'all.
done. We're not even third done yet. Mid notes of, whoa, yeah, okay, strap in for this. This starts with...
Okay, this is why I was getting some greens, but they were brighter. We have tomato leaf.
We have 500 and some odd soaps. Only one other soap has a tomato leaf, the Herbalist McDuff, which you can sense in it. That is a really strong scent, but it depends on how they use it. Do you get it in that?
I can't tell what it is. I can tell it's green.
Let me see.
But I feel like it just makes me outside. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't sense the tomato leaf as strong as is in the Herbalist, but I can tell that there's like this slightly squinchy, wide, mellow, spicy thing in the center.
Like it almost makes the green sweet, which is why I think I was saying a green flower.
Right. It almost reminds me of how they're using the dill in Alien. Like that's what it's doing.
But look at the rest of these greenish things. I think this is why we couldn't pick that one out.
Right.
Next to it is parsley. Then we have violet leaf and basil.
Violent leaf?
Pink pepper, and there's lily of the valley, the lighter kind of white floral that I was getting at my exit.
So in the mids, parsley and tomato leaf, which are kind of doing the same kind of job there, against super florals.
But there's also the floral leaf, the violet leaf, with the tomato leaf.
This is inspired because the original story is all about contrasts. Eat me, drink me, gets giant, gets small, walrus, carpenter. Y'all, it's happening in each level of these set notes.
Right? And then off to the bake notes.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Amber, vanilla.
Okay.
But again, just keeping it kind of more in that tame zone.
I'm done. Look what's
Patchouli,
next. Are you kidding me?
I kind of thought that might be in here just to, again, because the base doesn't go too deep. Then we have, hey, you were right, cedar and guaiac wood.
Okay, when I'm right about caramel in a raspberry caramel soap, that's one thing. But for me to be able to pick out a single note in this insanely great soap is truly an achievement that has taken years to accomplish. There is guaiac wood in this. Marcus was right. Don't expect me to be right for another year and a half on this level.
All right, finishing off with Apopanox and white musk. It's that lighter kind of end of your dream, waking up with a smile on your face, and you're like, oh, that was a dream. I hope I go back there again.
And for me, in James, there is a fabulous grapefruit note that is, for me, the echo of his dad. It's a grown-up sense. Kids don't like grapefruit. Why is it there? Because you're seeing James through his dad's eyes. And in the 80s and 90s, all of the colognes that we wore had some kind of a white musk in it. And I love that maybe in this soap, that's the dad sense looking back at her. That's the white musk.
Okay, it's interesting because I know this was meant to be Vivienne's soap, but same thing like this one. I'm not really getting a masculine, a feminine. Like it's just the adventure. It's just the fun of the story.
Well, it's a little kiddo. Of course, it's more of a kid sense than it is necessarily you're looking at a man or woman on the street.
Right.
And let's dive into this first line shave base, y'all. We were talking to Josue. This might be, he said, his absolute favorite artisan, and we can totally understand why, and you're about to see why, too. I'm going to push this soap into Sarah's Vanillé Custom Honeycomb Bowl and just make a layer of it so no chunks get pulled up. And then where did you get this brush?
This is my razor company brush. Marcus got it for me for Christmas, but we thought the blue was kind of fun with the cherry-colored wood, and then this was more the Alice in Wonderland swirly action.
It's the Sherry's Jubilee brush, y'all. Regularly sells for $10. All right, would you like to tell the fine folks how you're about to make a stellar Barbershop Duet lather?
All right, so we start with a dry brush, but it's going to hit the soap that there's a little water that kind of slid over it. Take the brush, go one way, try and get it on your little bristles there. Then you go the other way. And then the patented Barbershop Duet portion, you turn your brush 25%, go one way, go the other way. Ooh, it's starting to set a little bit. And then again, you turn your brush. Keep it going till you get most of the soap onto those bristles, or at least so they're not stuck in those little groovies down here. And then once it feels like you can't really get more on those bristles, you dive down and get the water and take it for the final cleanup lather fun without spilling on the dog.
Yeah, we're going to have to get room 237 because every time I talk to Foxy Matt, he kind of mentions that one.
And you love the Shining. We even got a Shining blanket from our friend for Christmas.
They should have had a Shining Christmas special. That would have gotten ratings through the roof. It would just be like Wendy and Danny around the fire, eating ice cream, nice and warm. You know, like after. Catman Carruthers, he's there. Turns out he was fine.
All right, y'all. I know we never talk about lather, but this, my friends, is a very, very, very...
A very heavy duet-vertation tonight. Would you put a little of that
I was just going to ask
right
if you were
here,
feeling like
'cause
you wanted...
sometimes I experience these different the closer they get to my schnoz. All right, let's see what happens.
Look at that
feels
lather.
nice.
Mm-hmm. It's still keeping the charm of what was on the puck, but something brightened up and something else came out to play a little bit more. I think the tomato leaf and the violet leaf.
Yep.
I can tell. They're here.
Y'all, normally, when you have a scent, anything like this, they're being connected by the sweets. You follow one sweet up, you find the next, you follow it back down, you follow it up, you find the next one, you follow it down, you follow it up. This isn't doing that. It's not the sweets. It's the tarts. Doesn't even go that tart, but your brain goes looking for the sweet, doesn't find it, turns around, and goes for that beautiful, is that a sour note? And by the time the soap says no, it's not, it's transitioned into the next layer.
Yep.
It's not the sweets. It's the mystery. And y'all, this is something you only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Red King's Dream Whiff on 3, 1, 2.
Maybe more the musk, the woods. Like at the end of that whiff, there's more there.
The musk is there, and the tomato leaf is there. Beautiful, Joe Riley. What is
My
this
goodness.
madness? Y'all, when Alice got so big, she almost exploded a house. She had to have the realization, I'm not entirely sure I'm safe here. Having the time of my life, but not entirely sure I'm safe, nor do I want to be. And I kind of get that sense from this soap. But we might know for sure when we try on the splash! Okay, so when I first saw these bottles from First Line, I thought that the juice actually separated like that.
Whoa.
So I was like, don't touch it, don't touch it. Okay, let's shake it and see what happens. Oh, I'm an idiot. Aren't those the international colors of 80s synthwave right there? All right, would you like to go first with your impression of the splash?
Yeah, you did this
Here
up
we
first.
go.
Ooh, that comes out good.
Yeah, we're going to wear this
I spilled
all
on the
day
dog.
today. Here we
Whoopsie.
go. That's fine.
She's going to smell good.
Oh.
There are fun layers waking up as it's drying.
Citrus goes into bubble gum, goes into the fruits.
Okay, I know this came out in December, but I'm actually super glad we're opening it now. Like spring is afoot.
Those florals are in such a magnificent balance. They're almost gourmand. The florals is how he's doing the sense of sugar. Why do you think the story of Alice has endured the way it has?
It's interesting. When I was really little, I think I just appreciated it for the fun colors and the fun characters. Like, I did not get anything that was really going on. The story still confused me, which I think was kind of on purpose. But then later, looking back and watching it, and even the new Tim Burton one, like, just getting to know those characters and how crazy they were and putting them in the same world to interact, like, that part was what was so imaginative to me.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing what you can do in the cartoon world and then bring that into the Tim Burton world was very cool to appreciate as an adult. I still feel like the story is intriguing to me. Like, I still don't understand it completely, which is what makes me want to try and figure it out.
Yeah. Those of you who might have had a Commodore 64 back in the day might remember a series of games called Wyndham Classics, where they took certain books and adapted them into a video game, and you played through the novel. The Wizard of Oz, Below the Root, and Alice in Wonderland. Y'all, I wasted my childhood in front of that game and discovered so many characters that are not in the Disney version, including the idea, at the crux of the story, that Alice is never quite sure whether it's her dream that she's having or if she's just a character in someone else's. And that struck me so deep as a sentimental old Catholic. Whose dream is this?
It's fun to see, like, the people in the community that we know that have really been shaving with this one a lot.
Right.
Like, something in this really hits everyone in a very cool place. And I do have to say, I feel like it has a fun recreation of how you can even use fruit in a scent.
Right.
Whatever's been put with those, Joe's genius has come through in a very cool new perspective. Like, this is why we got into the shaving world, is smelling the shave soaps and having an original scent. I think we can all create new memories to go with this.
Right. And we were talking to Dan the Ham yesterday from the UK. Brand new wet shaver, had his very first shave yesterday. But y'all, he is already mentioning the fact that, well, these soaps are more about the memories attached and those experiences and bringing them back, right? One of us! One of us! So Joe, Riley, we love our cologne homages and our banana splits. But when an artisan, a true artist at heart, creates something with so much love as something created for your two kiddos, you can absolutely smell it in the scent. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Walt Disney very proud of his new Fantasyland and all of the dark rides that he's created inside of it, where you are the main character. That's right, at the beginning, there was no Snow White in Snow White's ride. There was no Peter Pan in the Peter Pan ride because you were Snow White, you were Peter Pan. But just about the time it came time to develop a new dark ride for Fantasyland, and they realized they had absolutely no place to put it, Walt said, put it on the roof of Mr. Toad, and Alice got her own. So, head over to firstlineshave.com to find this and a ton of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave with Vivienne in Wonderland, and even though I've gotten to know it pretty well over the last couple weeks, when I dive in down the rabbit hole for that next shave, I get a slightly different version of what I was expecting. Still welcoming, still beautiful, but with that air of shifting mystery you only find beyond the looking glass. What an intriguing set this is. A masterwork indeed. Riley, Josue, Joe, thank you for all having a hand in this. Welcome to Messages.
So for our March giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to McDuff Soap Company.
It's in Canadian dollars. How cool is that? And all you have to do to be eligible is send an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. And it's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first April episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. I actually really love how the white floral Lily of the Valley action is dancing through.
Right.
Like, it's just keeping the vibrancy of the other things still turned up. Like, I think because my brain can get something familiar, it knows that scent.
Right.
So I'm keeping that throughout. There's fruits and everything else. But somehow, after we lathered it, that was one that really kind of poked out here.
You know, I think it's only fair when this one is absolutely as good as this one, that we don't play favorites among these siblings, and we nominate Vivienne for a 2025 Barbershop Duet Masterpiece Award. That's right, y'all. It runs in the family. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Absolutely. Y'all, amazing. And y'all, not every set of siblings gets along. If my mom ever wanted to severely punish my sister, she would make us go sit in the corner and hold hands. I would spend the next 10 minutes laughing my butt off, and she would sob with frustration. So let's see how well these siblings get along. This is the James and Vivienne with on 3, 1, 2.
One per nostril. How's it go?
I might never use these separate again.
Okay, Lee, this might be one of those mashup lathering situations.
Oh, what do we name it? Jamie Ann? Viviames? James and the Giant Vivienne? And Josue, thank you for knowing that we were definitely sleeping on these three, and these make an irreplaceable addition to our den. Dark necessities too. They all came in the same box. Are you kidding?
Right?
That's like the night that Dolly Parton wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You on the same cassette tape.
I love being able to look in our den and see these and just know that it's kind of like a little hug or a little hello from Josue too. Like, he knew that our souls needed these scents, so it just makes it even more important when we use them. It has that attachment.
And help bring out the kid in both of us.
Yeah, we definitely enjoy having scents that help us just pause and step back from all the adulting and escape into this scent world where lots of fun still is with us. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching that.